Today, Hope Harbor is a family reconciliation organization. We take the children, we put them on our campus, we put them in a Christian home because all of our house parents are Christians. We also enroll them in our on-site accredited academy.
The purpose of Hope Harbor's Academy is to create a bridge from where the students are to where they should be. They will often come to the Academy 3 to even 5 years behind in grades behind their age level peers. And so our purpose is to advance them where they are back on track with their learning and that they are beginning to open up and to love learning again.
We have an 80-acre campus about 10 miles north of Claremore, Oklahoma. It's a beautiful place. We have cottages there. Each cottage has 4 rooms in it.
Our cottage style care is intentionally chosen to be a teaching model of environment for the kids to better understand the household routines. Our fully trained, background checked, embedded house parent staff's sole focus is to care for these children.
We have counselors on staff that work with the children, go through their past. We actually have trauma responsive care is what we call it, where we work with the kids. We see what kind of traumas they may have had in the past that brought them to the point where they needed to be away from their family for a while.
And so what we want to do is we want to wrap around them. We want to wrap around the family, we want to wrap around the child and give them resilience and skills and support so that instead of these adverse things that have happened to you becoming your story, instead of your narrative being that I am a person who has had bad things happen, that you instead become a person who has triumphed over great difficulty. You become a person who knows how to meet challenges, who has dealt with the really challenging things that life has to offer and met that head on. And you know that you have the support and the ability and the capacity to actually overcome whatever life throws at you.
Teens who have chosen to be here and their families, this is a really significant commitment. It's very involved. It takes a lot of work and devotion to each other and to the process. And it's a pretty intensive program. But it's doable, and the ones who make the choice to do that really experience a lot of success and satisfaction at the completion of the program.
Then we also have a program for the families, and the family program is Intentional Hope. And Intentional Hope is all about who are we as a family? How do we start over? How do we rebuild? How do we create out of all the challenges that have brought you to this moment?
We get the parents to work on things, we get them to write things, and we get them ready to have their child come back home. And so when both of those levels are reached, the child goes back home, and it's a fantastic reunion.
We are trying to reunify parents and children. Sometimes that is a really difficult process, and so the kids that are here, the teens that are here are not victims. They're some of the hardest working teenagers that I've ever met, and it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of perseverance to face and walk through the difficult stuff that has happened in the past.
We can tell you that 87% of our students do return home after completion of our program. We have students who go back to school and do quite well with a new sense of confidence. One young lady who just left us about 2 years ago is on track to graduate high school a year early. She has become a published author and poet and is very happy.
People are knocking down our door. They're calling us all the time because there's very few private residential care facilities left in the state of Oklahoma. And so we are being bombarded with calls, and a waiting list is just getting longer and longer. We just don't have any room. And yet if we could build a cottage, it'll be full tomorrow. That's how many kids are on our waiting list. That's how many kids are waiting, how many kids and families are waiting to come to Hope Harbor.
After 14 years here, I can say I love it. I love what we do helping these families. There's nothing like it. It's heartache and joy all rolled up in one.
The staff at Hope Harbor is fantastic. And the reason is because we know that this is really a ministry. It's not just a job, it is a ministry that God has given to us to seek out the children and help them out. And so they could be anywhere in the world, but they chose Hope Harbor to be a part of. We just have all kinds of people on our staff, but they're there because this is a ministry, and they're doing it because this is what they want to do for Jesus. This is what they want to do for God, and that's what drives them.
Jesus meets me where I am, and He has been so gracious and good to me, and so that's why I just want to meet people where they are, and sometimes that's messy and sometimes it's great, and he just meets me where I am, and so I want to do that with other people as well, and I think that's what reconciliation is all about.
If we can be part of helping that shift to where you have positive family relationships and you have love and hope for each other again, yeah, that's worth anything that you put into it. It's worth whatever it costs because it changes your life forever.
We have some exciting news around here. We just signed a contract with a construction company, and we're going to break ground on a new cottage within the next couple weeks. We're going to name this cottage the Stump Cottage after the Stump family in the Tulsa area, funeral homes and insurance company. And we're really excited about it. It's going to be state-of-the-art. It's going to have brand new everything in it, and we're just really excited. This will probably be a girls' cottage. We have an overabundance of girls on our waiting list. We also have people waiting in line to work here. I mean, it's just really exciting time to be here at Hope Harbor, and we're looking forward to the future. We got house parents waiting in line to come work for us. We have more teachers that want to come work with us in our academy, and it's just a great time to be a part of Hope Harbor.